Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Timmy Trico coming at you again with some more top 10 lists. The first of which is going to step outside of the movies, and I'm going to be doing a top 10 list of my favorite WWE/WWF wrestlers. Now, this will include both men and women. I thought about doing a separate list, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it all in one. And I know for certain there's going to be some wrestlers in my top 10 that you wouldn't have, and vice versa. But before I get to my top 10, I have some honorable mentions I'm going to throw at you. And they are The Undertaker, Randy Orton, Trish Stratus, Chris Jericho, and Edge. All great wrestlers. Just couldn't make my top 10 list. But what did make my top 10 list is at number 10, and that is the Macho Man Randy Savage. He and Elizabeth were the staple of couples for wrestling for many years. And their on-again, off-again relationship was duly noted throughout their time in wrestling. But they looked so great together, on and off camera. Sadly, she passed away years ago, and seems like all the great ones, even Randy passed away, and all the great ones go. But the Macho Man, I love his some of his catchphrases and everything, and the way he talked and trash talked was great. And I grew up watching him. Along with many of these earlier wrestlers and whatnot. Yeah, definitely worth the top 10. Coming to number 9 is Lita. Lita is well known for her time with the Hardy Boys, as well as being on her own. She was a high flyer like Jeff Hardy was, and besides her beauty and everything, I just love the way she was. She didn't give two craps about nothing. She went out and gave all out every time she wrestled. And she was just fun to watch. She is my favorite female wrestler of all time. In fact, she is the only one on my top 10 list. And she's just amazing. I love her. I love what she did for the company. And right now she is a commentator, so I don't watch much wrestling as I did back then, but she was amazing what she did. I really wish she was still wrestling, but yeah, Lita at number 9, hands down. Number 8 is It's Time to Play the Game. Triple H. His intro music, whether you liked him or not, as far as him being always a bad guy, his entrance music is freaking badass. Motorhead was phenomenal, and every time he came out there, especially when he returned, it was always huge. And my opinion, I really wish they would have used him to remake the Conan the Barbarian movie instead of Jason Momoa. Although I haven't seen the movie, and I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman, but I really wanted Triple H to be the next Conan. But outside of that, he's great at what he does. He's currently out right now with the torn pectoral muscle, but yeah. He's a great entertainer, a great wrestler, and I really wish he would do some more acting too. I think it'd be fun to watch. Coming to number 7 is Roddy Piper. The only man that could look good in a kilt and pull it off. He was the Dean Ambrose in the 1980s and 90s. Real hothead, some of a underdog, but badass when it comes to wrestling. And he has some great one-liners and comebacks, and he was just fun to watch and one of the best of all time to do it. And there was no controversy with him either. He went in, he did his job, and he had a lot of fun doing it. And again, rest in peace, Rowdy. Just an amazing wrestler, and one I grew up again watching, just phenomenal. Number 6 is Jeff Hardy. Again, what he does to his body is unlike any other person. The high flying acts, the flips off the ladders, the Titantron and the steel cage, and he just put his body through hell and back when he is wrestling. When they returned a couple of years ago for WrestleMania, the reaction, fans just lost their minds when they were the 4th tag team for those belts, and I got goosebumps watching that because that's how much their tag team meant to wrestling. But Jeff, I love what he did. He was an underdog. He did win the title, which I think was awesome, and he got a lot of respect from a lot of the other bigger wrestlers, Triple H especially. And Jeff's just fun to watch, and the kind of guy you can hang out with. He's just an awesome, laid-back man, and he was fun to watch wrestle, and he still currently does. But yeah, Jeff Hardy at number 6. Number 5 is Andre the Giant. This man is a legend, not only for what he did in the ring to people, but what he did outside the ring. He loved his farm here in the States. I can't remember exactly where it's at, but he loved his farm. He loved to wrestle, and he loved his friends. He loved playing cards and drinking beer and eating. And the stuff he did with alcohol and food is the stuff of legends. There was a time where he drank over 100 cans of beer in one setting. And I can't remember the exact number. I'll almost say it was maybe around 125. But he would drink and he could eat unlike no other. His body just kept growing to a point where he had to retire because he just couldn't stand the pain no more. But he is a legend. And the thing he did to help take Hogan to his status when he told Hogan to body slam him was one of the greatest moments in WrestleMania history. And he's basically passing the torch to Hulk, saying, you got to body slam me. And even Hulk Hogan said when he went to turn Andre the Giant that he felt every muscle in his back just tear. And but he did it. That was the first time that Andre was ever off his feet. He'd been knocked down on occasion, but that was the first time he was literally off his feet. And just amazing entertainer. Sadly, he passed away. He passed away when I was on vacation with my father, my sister, and my stepmother at the time in 1993. And it was just a sad day, but he was a great man and a great wrestler. So Andre, number 5. Number 4 is Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Rattlesnake. What else can you say? Texas man, loved to drink beer and fight. And he was badass during the Attitude Era and the many battles he had, not only with The Rock, but Triple H, DX, and the McMahon-Helmsley regime, and all those many battles. He's a phenomenal man, and he is, from what I hear, great off camera as well as on camera. He defined or helped define the Attitude Era, especially when the McMahons bought WCW and ECW at the time, and they had that whole war between the three different groups. It was just so much fun to watch. But yeah, this again, Stone Cold is just amazing and one of the greats. Number 3 is Kane. Some people will probably question, why do I have Kane over The Undertaker? Well, I love The Undertaker, but Kane to me, I like the mysteriousness of when he had his mask on, and I really wish they would have left it alone, because that was the whole best thing about trying to figure out what did he look like underneath that mask. And I think they ruined it by unmasking him, kind of like they did with Rey Mysterio too. You know, once they're masked up, leave them that way. That's the best way they are. But Kane, I love his interest music. It's one of my favorite, and I love him as an actor too. See No Evil and the sequel. I love both those movies. I really hope he does some more in the and make a franchise out of it. Whether it's direct to DVD or theatrical, I don't care. Let's make some more movies. Glenn Jacobs, I would really love to see those. I know you're busy being mayor now, but I really hope you decide to do some more movies. If not in that franchise, then somewhere else. And I love when you make appearances back on WWE as well. But yeah, Kane, number 3. Number 2 is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He is my favorite wrestler of this generation, and I'm talking from the 1999 till the late 2000s. He wrestles on and off now. He's not a full-time wrestler. Hasn't been for a better part of a decade. His movie career has skyrocketed. He's now one of the highest, if not the highest paid actor in Hollywood. And you can see why with all the movies he does. A lot of them are all big box office movies. You see what he's done with the Fast and Furious franchise, when his character was added in the 5th installment, which is my favorite in the franchise, by the way. But him and Jason Statham are getting their own spinoff that comes out next year, Hobbs and Shaw. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, his intro music always gets your blood flowing and pumping. And yeah, he's my favorite wrestler of the, like I said, 1999, 2000s. And he was great during the Attitude Era as well. But what else can you say? He's just one badass man. And color number 1 is a man who took the business from way down here all the way to the top. And he is a man who isn't without some controversy, but he is my all-time favorite wrestler, and his intro music to this day still gives me goosebumps, and that is Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan will always be my favorite wrestler of all time. I grew up watching him with his early years with the WWE or WWF, and then having the name change. But he was one badass man, and his presence on and off screen and in the ring were amazing. His many battles with the Giant, Jake the Snake, even Macho Man. You had Ultimate Warrior when Hulk Hogan basically passed the torch to him. He's an amazing man, a great father. Right now, he's not affiliated with the WWE as far as I know, because of some tape that surfaced years ago, and he had something racist to say, I guess. And I just think that's pathetic. I'm sick and tired of people bringing up the past and trying to find dirt on people. And if you're like me, should he have said it? No. But he's in the privacy of his own place, And I think there comes to a point where that's an invasion of privacy. If you want to have those conversations in your privacy, then so be it. But to me, that doesn't define who he was as a wrestler, anything like that. And for them to take his stuff down off their website and stuff is just ridiculous. Uh, I just don't get it. But Hulk Hogan is always my favorite wrestler of all time. And there you have it. That is my top 10 favorite WWE/WWF wrestlers of all time. In the comment section below, please tell me, what are some of your favorite wrestlers of all time? They can be anyone from any brand, WCW, ECW. Let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you like this top 10, give it a thumbs up. But I thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more top 10 lists very soon. Check you later.